The Abbey of Santa Engracia was a Benedictine monastery in Zaragoza, Aragon, Spain, established no later than the 2nd century, and almost certainly much earlier, to house the relics of Saint Engratia and the many martyrs of Saragossa. The date of 392 was traditionally claimed as a foundation date, which was linked with the travels of Saint Paulinus. The church was believed to have been sited on the spot of the martyrdom of Engratia, and may well originate from the very earliest period of established Islam in Spain. Today only remains are preserved in the homonym basilica church. It was ruined during the sieges that the Aragonese capital suffered in the Peninsular War by Napoleon Bonaparte, after survived the upper cloister, but this was demolished in 1836. Highlighted by the Isabelline Gothic and Renaissance's artistic splendor. History. On the Church of the Holy Masses, in a few years after Peace of Constantine was allowed built-in temple, the Cemetery of the Martyrs. Until the 4th century its custody was not confided to monks. Some historians suppose Hieronymites and others Benedictines, and there are some who attributes its foundation to Saint Paulinus during his pilgrimage to Zaragoza in 392. The truth is this monastery was already flourishing in 7th century, because emerged from it two illustrious prelates, John for the Church of Zaragoza and Eugenius for the Toledo. Saint Braulio, son of Zaragoza, brother and successor of the first in the bishop chair, it widened and protected in such way that historians want to pass by its founder. Surviving the ruin of the Gothic Empire, continued to be inhabited by monks serving under the Mohammedan domination, for asylum to the oppressed Christendom, to pair to the Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore. The catacombs returned to its old destination during the new persecution, in the Council of Jaca held in year 1063, being Paterno, Bishop of Zaragoza, with express consent of its clergy, ceded to the bishopric of Huesca the monastery and church of Santa Engratia and Holy Mass. Reiterated donation on 1121 by bull of Pope Gregory VII after the conquest of the capital, but the community would certainly have been extinct since long before, because that church belonged as parish of the Cathedral of Huesca, had in it a prior for 4 centuries which later took the name of Archdeacon. A fortuitous excavation in 1389 discovered the bodies Saint Engratia and Lupicus, in 2 niches within a mound of stone with their names inscribed. That may be the fear of the Mozarabs who buried them again was high. With this the devotion to the Zaragozan noble virgin and the gratitude of King John II of Aragon the Great, who believed duty to the miraculous nail of the martyrdom, the healing of his cataracts, bequeathed to his son Ferdinand obligation to restore the monastery with the invocation to Saint Engratia, fulfilled the vote magnificently. The Catholic monarch in 1493, Saint Engratia's Day, when the monks took possession, and on the 6th of August of same year the divine services were held in presence of Catholic monarchs D. Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. The building was restored around 1755 by Biscayan architect Juan Morlans. Work financed by the payment of 2,500 ducats of Don Clemente Sanchez de Orellana y Rio Frio, native from the city of Quito, which corresponded to price established by the award of the Viscounty of Antizana and the Marquisate of Villa de Orellana. With the course of time much of the Gothic building was renovated, but the primitive and modern perished all on the night of August 14, 1808, as a result of the terrible explosion that took leave of Zaragoza, the hosts of Napoleon, to make the second siege. Architecture. Building. One of the most famous monuments of this church was the altarpiece and the chapel of the Vice-Chancellor of Aragon, Antonio Agustin, father of the Archbishop of Tarragona of the same name, whose work, and the grave of that lord, was executed with great care by famous Berruguete. Collateral to this sepulchre was that of the famous writer and annalist Geronimo de Zurita, whose epitaph read, Geronimo Zuita Milchaelze, Gabrielisn, CESAREUGUSTIOAIERAGONADILIGENTISIMOAC electoscriptori, PATRIB, MHIERONIMUSF, POSSUIT. Visit ANNOS, LXVIMENSISCHOBITCESARAUGSTA3 non, NOVEMB, MDLXX. The cloister had a marvelous set of artistic beauties. The Grand Gallery consists of big columns of marble, was work sent to made by Emperor Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, to the famous Tutelia. It looked very ornate, of sculptures and paintings by teachers of greater merit. Here was the sepulchre of the chronicler of Aragon, was Geronimo de Blancas, who died on December 11, 1590. The painting of the main altarpiece and other church paintings were by D. Francisco Beu. Only remains standing the famous cover of marble and alabaster, whose plateresque style thinks to be work by Diego Morlan, son of Juan and continuer of the factory. Gallery.